Hello, everyone. This is Jenna Ryan. Welcome to Self Love You. I know you're asking for live videos, but instead you're getting audios right now. I have great content. I want to get it out there, and believe me, I will have videos as well. Hopefully you appreciate both forms of communication. So today's topic is going to be about tuning your ear to the devaluation of the narcissist. Tuning your ear to the devaluation of the narcissist. This is especially important for those of us who were raised in invalidating environments, who were raised potentially in narcissistic environments where we were put down, made to feel less than, and not taught our full worth. So what we've had to do as adults is we've had to come into our own. We've had to come into our own worth. We've had to reparent ourselves and teach ourselves that we are worthy. And so along the way, we have to get good at noticing things that maybe other people would easily be able to see through, or maybe it wouldn't affect them in the same manner. But if you are someone who, we all need to be in tune to the voice, the tone of devaluation. The tone of devaluation, it's a lot like, the mockery of the narcissist. I think I have a video about the mocking, the sound of mocking, the laughter, the looking down upon, the invalidation. I really want you to listen in your daily life to people around you and how they are speaking to you, because a narcissist can get into your life by love bombing you and subsequently devaluing you at the same time. And you may not recognize it if your mind and your system and your internal working model is already queued up to being devalued. So you may not even notice it if you've been invalidated by loved ones in the past. So what you want to do is tune in to the devaluation, but not only tune in, learn to stand up to it immediately, as quickly as possible. So what do I mean by this? Okay, so devaluation comes in subtle forms. If the devil came out with red horns and a red tail and said, hey, I'm going to, I'm going to take you over, you would not go with the devil. You would say, no, thank you, I'll stay right here. But instead, it comes in subtle forms. So devaluation comes in subtle forms. It comes in a look. It comes in body language. It comes in a snub. It comes in a sneer. It comes in a snicker. It comes in a, really? Oh, is that your dental floss? I mean, it's literally like that. It comes in a, well, don't, you're at the doctor's office and they say, well, if it's an emergency, you can call, but if it's not, that is a tone. It's a tone of devaluation. And you need to listen for it. You need to listen for the tones in other people's voices. Sometimes the tone is going to come in the form of flattery. So you have to really get really in tune your ear to the devaluation. Because the minute you hear devaluation, that is a good indication that you need to buck up. Yes, buck up. And you need to stand up and stand on 2 feet. And you need to say, excuse me? Yes, that's my dental floss. Do you have a problem with that? Yes, excuse me. Are you trying to tell me I'll be a burden if I call after hours? Excuse me, is that what you're trying to say? So I hope I'm making my point clear. You need to tune into devaluation. Tune into subtle devaluation. Tune into people that are making innuendo, even without using words, even with a sneer. Say, oh, is there something wrong with my Christmas cookies? You don't like my Christmas cookies? And what happens is you immediately go toe-to-toe and you let that person know, you let that narcissist know, you let that person that's trying to steamroll you know, hey, I'm here. I exist. and you man up. And when you do this, it invites respect of others. When you agree with the devaluation because you don't even notice it's there and you're a nice person and you've been taught to be nice and you just, you don't even notice that someone has just blatantly cut you down, made fun of what's in your fridge, made fun of, your living room furniture, made fun of your taste in color, made fun of your dirty back seat. Excuse me, I didn't know my back seat was supposed to be perfect. And you have to be able to do that to whomever. It could be your grandma, it could be your mom, it could be your parent, it could be your best friend, it could be a boyfriend, it could be anyone. You have got to be able to buck up. You've got to be able to stand up and have a straight back and say, excuse me, I didn't know that was a problem. Everything about you is okay. Everything about you is fine. And if anyone comes to you with devaluing terms, body language, subtle movements, or anything, you've got to be able to buck up and stand up to it. Let's say you're making out with a guy, okay? And let's say he's touching your fat rolls, okay? Let's say you have fat rolls and he's like touching them. This happened to me once, okay? Excuse me, why are you touching my fat rolls? Don't be touching my fat rolls. I mean, everything about you is amazing, and you have to know that from the inside of you. And I've done a lot of sit-ups, so I don't have as many fat rolls, but that's not the point. The point is that people will make subtle devaluations of you, and you want to stay aware of them, and you want to knock them down like a tennis ball, like you're playing tennis. If someone's going to knock you down, then you knock that right down and let them know, no, I'm here. I heard what you just said. I get your vibe that you're putting out, and it doesn't work here. It's not going to play here. And the neat thing about it is when you do this to people, they get the sense that you are not someone to be played with. And if it's a narcissist, they won't get very far because you're noticing devaluation, and a narcissist cannot do their cycle without devaluation. If a narcissist wants to cycle you and use you as a supply, they're going to have to devalue you. And if you're not letting them devalue you, they're not going to get anywhere. And so they're going to be off. They're going to get off the court because they only can win. If they can't win, then they're going to leave. They can't take it. So you just really have to know that everything about you is great. Everything about you is okay. Everything in your home is fine. Your tastes are exquisite. Your car, even dirty, everything about you, even your imperfections are perfectly imperfect. You are right where you're supposed to be. Nobody knows better than you. You know what you know, and that's all that matters. And you have to be willing to stand up to anyone, even someone who is dressed in a little Red Riding Hood outfit and coming at you with word salad, or coming at you with sweet words, telling you little sweet things about sweet things and making you feel sorry for them, and then inserting a jab at you. You've got to be prepared for that devaluation, and you immediately, always, without ever missing a beat, you have to knock that devaluation down. Because every time you allow that devaluation to come into your spirit, it's breaking you down and it's taking a chunk out of you. Now, you may have been trained to tolerate devaluation. That may have been the way you were raised. And if it was, then it's now time for you to learn how to stand up to devaluation and be that inner parent inside yourself, and to be that inner warrior inside of yourself, and to tap into your higher self and know that, hey, yeah, my dental floss is right here. Excuse me for living. Do you have a problem with that? Because if you do, then, maybe you should leave. And not be afraid, because you know what? It's fearful. It's scary if you were not taught to stand up for yourself. It's scary because you feel like, if I do this, this person won't like me. And if I do this, this person will leave. And if I do this, this person will think I'm bad or whatever. Here's the deal. If they think you're bad, fine. So be it. Let them go. If they leave, so be it. They were going to leave in a worse way than that. So might as well go whenever you're standing up for yourself. And most of the time, if you do this like in everyday life, like, you know, at the doctor's office or, you know, at work, at, you know, in everyday life, in everyday relationships, that person is going to treat you with a newfound respect because they saw that you are not going to be steamrolled. You're not someone that's going to lay down and be a doormat. No, no one is going to devalue you, and you're not going to fall for this ploy. And you know what's up, and you're awake, and your antennas are up, and you know your value, and you know what they're trying to do. One up you with their little thumb. Play that thumb game and one up you. No, baby, you're not going to one up this girl. You're not going to you can't one up because, and you can't allow one up because if you do, you will be smashed. But if you don't, you will stand firm and strong and you will grow and you will get to the next level because these people who are devaluing you and actually feeding off the devaluation, like feeding like piranhas, feeding off devaluation of you and that you're allowing these people, once you get strong and you begin to bounce that back and put up your shield against this devaluation, these people are going to fall away. And you're going to go to a higher level of person. And you're going to get people around you that are higher level and more respectful. And the universe is going to see your level of self-respect. And you're going to rise in energy. Your energy will rise. The people around you will rise. Your battles will rise. And you will begin, these low-level people that feed off devaluation will stay right down there. And you'll just be a pro at, you know, squishing them like ants. Because you are valuable and you are worth something and you are somebody and everything about you is amazing. And so don't put up with any devaluation. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, do all that stuff. I'll talk to you soon.